morning, friends. I am obviously shooting a video in the morning. Once again, it's about 6:15. I just rolled out of bed, washed my face, brushed my teeth, and ran on over here to record a video before the girls are up. I'm going to get fixed up for you one day. Maybe. Not really so great in the fixing up department, but man, you guys sure do get all dolled up when you do your videos. But anyway, that's pretty cool. Maybe you'll encourage me to be more like a girl since I have to watching me. But at any rate, today is Friday, November 20th. I am 11 weeks, 2 days. Guys, I'm always so thirsty in the mornings when I shoot this video, so my voice is kind of crazy. And I watched one of my videos and I noticed I did the, and it's because my mouth is so dry, so sorry as I do it. But at any rate, my last video, I had just a ball of emotions going on. I think I put in the title Emotional Wreck, and thankfully, you know, I vlogged about it, and that was it. You know, I said how I was feeling, and that was it. You know, I just, you know, snapped right out of it, and, you know, have been ever since focusing on being in the moment, you know, just being happy and excited about, you know, knowing that, you know, next summer we'll have a new addition to our family, and believing that all is well. Okay, in my last video, I mentioned that on last Monday, I went to the doctor, the visit where they presented me with the payment plan, and I was just kind of out of sorts about. So, that week. The same week on Wednesday, I turned 10 weeks. And that is the mark where you can, if you choose to, do genetic testing. So Wednesday when I got off of work, I rushed over to the OB-GYN's office for a blood draw. And did the blood draw on Wednesday, and this is typically, they advertise a 14-day turnaround. So, on yesterday, I got a call at 4 p.m. that the results were in, and that for the genetic trisomies that they tested for, the baby was negative. So that was reassuring, and you know, offers more encouragement as far as just relaxing. You know, baby's normal, so you know, relax and just enjoy this pregnancy. Getting the call yesterday was a big shock because I have been down the road of genetic testing, and it literally took 2 weeks exactly to get a call. So let me tell you, a lot of ladies on my birth club, my online birth club, are throwing around, we're all, I guess, around the same, due around the same time. And the popular question last week was about genetic testing. So, you know, I'm just going to say, for me, it is a personal choice. I think there is no right or no wrong. I think that you just have to do whatever allows you to sleep well at night, and be comfortable, and, you know, go through this pregnancy, you know, feeling good. For me, honestly, I never believed in it. When I had my daughter in 2011, my first daughter, I wasn't 35, I was 34. But since I was so close to 35, they offered me genetic screening for abnormalities, and I declined. And I actually had to sign a paper. I don't know. I'm not sure why, but it's like, okay, sign this declining. Saying that you declined. Da da da. Fine. And my reasoning for declining was, okay, well, if something is wrong, then I'll find out when she's born and we'll deal with it, from that point on. I signed the paper declining the testing, and I felt good about it. I was fine with it, never thought about it, again. And we went on to deliver, a healthy baby girl. Well, then with my second pregnancy, I don't remember how old I was, but I did obviously had to happen over 35 at this point. But again, I declined the genetic testing, and just to try to make a long story short, just by fluke, we found out I was carrying a sick baby. My daughter at 14 weeks fell on me, on my tummy, knocked the wind out of me. It hurt, sore, and the next day I had just a routine OB visit, and it was my 14-week OB visit, and I was just kind of waiting for that visit, and kind of said, after this, visit, I'm going to go ahead and let everybody know, make the big news that we're expecting again. Well, I went in for the OB appointment and explained that, my toddler had fallen on me, it knocked the wind out of me, I'm sore, and the nurse practitioner, explained that the baby has so much cushion that, that fall hurt me way more than it hurt the baby. Baby didn't even feel it, and I felt good about that. And so I actually was leaving the appointment, and she said, you know what? The sonographer's here today. Let's just go, let's walk you over next door and have her do a sono, and, we'll all, have peace of mind. So I went in. The sonographer did the sonogram. She asked me a few questions. I answered, didn't think anything. And so I was leaving. I was almost to my car. And I said, oh, well, let me go in and make my next appointment, because I knew I would forget to call. So I walked back into the office, and the nurse was standing there, pale face. I didn't think anything of it. I just was like, I wonder what's wrong with her. And she saw me, walk in, and she just looked. She just had this blank look. Her face was pale, and she's praying, come here. And so I, stepped inside the door, and she started walking off. And so she pulled me in a room. And so I just walked into the room just enough. You couldn't even close the door. And she says, come in, close the door. And, oh boy. And so, she explained that when the sonographer was doing the sono, she saw, fluid buildup, on the, I think it's called the nuchal region. Don't quote me on it. But at any rate, fluid buildup that was indicative of some problem. Could be a chromosome problem, could be Down syndrome, but, we don't know. I know you signed not to have genetic testing, she says, but I really want to encourage you to have this genetic testing, because it's going to help us figure out what's wrong with the baby, how to treat the baby, and also how to treat the pregnancy. And so, of course, at that point, when you find out there's a problem, it's like, oh, doing this test is going to help us help the baby. Let's do it. So I did the blood work, 14 days. It was a long time to wait on the results. And I also um, saw a perinatologist. So did the blood work, did an amniocentesis actually to confirm the blood work, but as they feared, the what they saw in the sono, was indicative of a chromosome disorder. It was trisomy 13, and they explained that it took 14 days to get the call. They wouldn't go over the results over the phone. They, of course, made us come in. So we went in and they explained that it was a condition not compatible with life. I'll end the story there. And, we did, there's lots more to the story, but just write me if you ever want to know more. And I'll, if enough people are interested, I'll just do the whole story on that. But, we did go on, I learned we were carrying a sick baby at 14 weeks. We lost the baby at 17 weeks. And actually, I talked to the doctor too, the OB-GYN and the perinatologist said that they actually wasn't even sure how I stayed pregnant that long because the body, not all the time, obviously, but a lot of times the body has its way of expelling a pregnancy that is not good. So at any rate, I stayed pregnant longer than what they would expect based on what they could see on the sonogram as far as the baby's heart and other organs and fluid on the brain. So I was 17 weeks blessed. And I know, at the end of the day, my sweet girl, it was a girl, is in a better place. She's not suffering. Okay. So I say all of this. I need to stop going on tangents. But anyway, so that was my second pregnancy. With my third pregnancy, I got pregnant almost right away, and I counted down to 10 weeks. Like, for the first time, I felt like I cannot wait to turn 10 weeks so I can do this genetic testing. I need to know that this baby is fine. It doesn't, and in the morning of my appointment, I looked at my husband and I said, why am I doing this? I never believed in this. Why am I so gung-ho about going in to have this, genetic screening? And of course, he's so supportive, and it was up to me. It was my decision. I could do it. I could not do it. He would be fine either way. But he says, I think you'll feel better if you know. Whatever the result is, and you can either rest easy or you can either find support groups and prepare if need be. And we'll have to do a part 2 because it is 6:30 and my toddler is crying. Be blessed all.